Cut to the Chase podcast, guys. Thank you for tuning in and listening for another episode. I am very, very happy to be here. Thank you again for tuning in. Again, guys, I'm always appreciative that you guys are listening. Please subscribe. Also, like and share the podcast. We are on YouTube and all podcast platforms. It helps. Just go to YouTube, hit subscribe, and tune in and listen. A lot to talk about today. Man, oh man, where do I start? I know where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with a nice cigar like Red Auerbach did, because my goddamn Celtics are in the NBA fucking finals. Yep, that's right. We did it. We did it. Great series. I mean, from top to bottom, from the Milwaukee series to the Miami Heat series to the Brooklyn Nets series. I mean, this team is just gives me so much happiness and anxiety at the same time. I don't know where to begin, but we're going to talk about more about the Celtics with Nicky Neighborhoods a little later, because I know he's going to want to tap in and share his thoughts, because but congratulations to the Boston Celtics. And I don't know. I guess Miami, you did okay. Whatever. We are here, sunny afternoon in Boston, Massachusetts. It's about probably 80 something degrees, but it feels like it's 105 because the humidity in Boston is atrocious. Listen, I'm African and I don't even like this. I'm African. I don't like this heat. It has to count for something. Like, I don't know. Actually, what I'm happy about, I thought I didn't have an air conditioner, and I was really, really worried that I would have to go out and buy an air conditioner. But this is the thing. If you go and buy an air conditioner too late, you won't be able to buy any, because everybody buys an air conditioner relatively early if you live in New England. So I was worried that there would be no air conditioners and I have to wait on a back stock order. But I went into my little storage area in my apartment, and there it was, air conditioner. Now, if you was to ask me if I had put it in my window yet, no, I didn't. So it's still there. But I don't know. I like dry heat. I don't like humid heat, if that makes sense. You know, humid heat is sticky. It's yucky. You know, people stink. People are sweating. People don't know how to take showers. I feel like when it's humid, people don't know how to take showers right. There's different types of showers, guys. There's different types of showers. There's different process of a showers that you need to know, right? I don't like people who just take a shower the same way for every single situation, right? If you took a shower in the morning, you woke up and it's humid outside, you go out and you come back home, you don't need to take another half-hour shower. You need to do just a quick little rinsey, right? One soap, rinse, out. That's a 3 to 4 minute shower. Okay. Man, these people get on the bus, man. Like, they stink so bad. And and I wonder why. Never mind. I'm not going to go down that road. I was really going to go down a rabbit hole with that, but I said we need to just switch it up, because this is going to be a lightly happy episode, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. But I do want to say, wash your ass, people. Just figure it out. If you wake up in the morning, just go, you do the breath test. That's the first thing you do. Brush your teeth. Wash your ass. Use soap. Moisturize. Cleanse. Never mind. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know where I was going with that. But it is... hopefully you guys have checked out the other episodes that we put up. We had a couple episodes. I interviewed a couple comedians, some good guys. Hopefully you guys checked out the episode with Will Hogan, young up and coming Boston comedian. That was a really fun episode. That was episode 22 if I'm not mistaken, or 20 something. Just go look for the one that says Will Hogan. I don't know numbers. All right. And also the episode with Big D, my friend Big D. That was a fun episode. So guys, check that out and let me know what you think. But I'm not gonna wait any longer because, man, I gotta talk to the guy, the Lebanese prince. We are here, actually recording at WFN Studios,
at Nicky Neighborhood Studios.
Nicky Neighborhood Studios. We're here in his new, I guess, want to say Phoenician architectural home. When I walked in, it looked very Phoenician.
Yep.
Mediterranean for sure.
There's elements.
The elevator, definitely, like the elevator alone, not the building. The elevator alone definitely could have been used in
a Mob Deep video.
I was gonna say partially Section 8 housing.
Yeah. Same. I feel like they shot a lot of their videos in the same types of elevators. Where it's like not a great place to be if you've got enemies. You're getting stuck in that elevator. You're not coming out.
If you was to run away from someone from the street and you got on that elevator and you hit whatever button that you lived on, they'd
be waiting up top eating an apple.
Like, what took you so long? You wanted to die.
Enemies from the street. Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
Not a whole lot. Well, no, we had a busy. I mean, obviously, if you listen to the last solo episode we did, came back from Italy. We did a full recap. We need to do an edit. My wife wanted to let you know that the hotel we stayed at was 5 stars. She was very adamant about that. She goes, "You need to tell Chase that it was 5 stars, and that the Google reviews gave it 4 stars." I'm like, so it was a bad 5 star.
But the Forbes give it a 5 stars.
Oh, see, we didn't look it up. We have to look it up in Forbes Travel. We'll do that. Yeah, it very well could be.
Let's not. I
don't want to stir the beef.
We don't want.
Speaking of elevator, you get caught in the elevator, she'll shank you.
Well, you just got married, and she offered me. I want more orange seltzer waters. That's where I'm going with that.
Inviting someone into your home for the first time is such a nerve-wracking and fun endeavor, because you just get nervous when you have someone over your house for the first time. At least I do. You might not, but I get nervous having someone over from my house the first time.
Dude, I could see that. I could see that.
Because you want to be like, you don't want to be, you want to be the person that they see. Because I feel like someone different when I leave. When I go do something, I feel like I'm very kind of to the point, in and out, efficient, get things done, work.
I could definitely tell you. Yeah, that makes sense that you would be a little nervous because when I said I'm here, you say I'll be right down.
Yeah.
Now you had the option to buzz me.
I did. There's a couple things. Here's. Let's break down the entrance. Let's break down the entrance to the building. First of all, it's a new building. I don't know.
New to me.
New to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's new to me.
Right.
It's been around the block. It's a historic building, in some ways, and it used to be like dorms for I think MIT, and then it was a whole thing, a hotel,
halfway house possibly in the
potentially
60s.
Yeah, in the 60s there could have been some weird stuff going on here.
Sure.
That being said, I'm on the top floor of the building.
Light flex.
Yeah. And then there's an elevator to accommodate the people that are on the higher floor, so they don't have to, if they have groceries and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now the elevator is ratchet. I think you described it as an elevator that you would find on the Orange Line. Oh no, you said it was at Alewife Station. Which to me, I know the station very well. Rest in peace, Bertucci's. Right. It was one of the best Bertucci's around.
Oh,
remember that Bertucci's in
Alewife Pond? That was for some reason.
That was for like dads like visiting their kids. I feel like
I used to know a girl that is Simone, Brazilian. girl, she worked there, and she would hook me up with like free pizza there when we were like, in our teenager years.
Yeah.
That was back in the days. But yeah. And that movie theater next to it, that old school movie theater, that's still there.
That's like tucked in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still there.
It's still there.
Interesting. There's a lot over there. That's where I learned how to drive on with like the rotary, the Alewife rotary over there. Like when you go further, or is it Fresh Pond? The Fresh Pond
Fresh
rotary?
Pond, that's what it is called. Yeah. Fresh Pond. Yeah. Cambridge.
Yeah.
North Cambridge, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Your hood.
I love North Cambridge. We moved into this new place, and again, I don't know whether or not you want to go up 6 flights of stairs. The elevator's not particularly noticeable. I don't think it stands out.
Right.
I also didn't tell you what apartment number I am.
Yep. You just brought me up, and
which I think is appropriate. I think that's how a host should.
Oh, you don't. Yeah, you don't never. There's an etiquette to welcoming guests to your home for the first time.
And I'll walk you out.
You gotta. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Maybe not every time. When you get familiar with the space, you can I can walk you to the elevator. But
I base how much like. I base how much I'm involved with the process of. How should I say this so I can sound nice? It depends how much I like you.
Yeah.
How much access you have to my house.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's certain people that I won't like. I like them outside, but I would never bring them to my house.
Well, because it's a very personal thing.
Yeah.
Your personal space. And we just moved in. We don't have like a ton of furniture, and it's like it's like a whole thing. So for me, it is.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the seltzer orange carbonated seltzer water.
I think having a podcast here, and hosting the Cut to the Chase podcast at Neighborhood Studios, at Neighborhood Studios. Is exciting in 2 ways. Number one, I can do more podcast producing.
Sure.
And number 2, I can host, which is one of my favorite things to do, but I never had the chance to do it
when you didn't
as
have
an
the
adult.
chance to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I never had a chance to host people as an adult because I've never had an apartment that I would host people at.
Feels good.
And it's fun. So we'll get refreshments and things like that.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, it's been what a week. What a fucking week.
Dude, you just coming off a little.
I caught COVID. Yeah, that sucked. That sucked. It sucked because you know how scrupulous I am with my health.
You do as much as you can. You're one of the only few people that I know that really, really do the best that you can to try to, prevent things from happening. But you're also the only person, one of the very few people that does that, but also gets hurt too. So all those
I'm like a really old Jaguar car. It's like not new anymore, so it's not super attractive. And you're like, it must cost you must have to maintain a lot of stuff. It's like, yes, I do.
Yeah.
And things still break.
Right.
And things still break.
They still break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the cards that I was dealt with. I'm not trading it in.
You know what you are? You are a GS 330 Lexus 1998 premium package.
I love when we do this.
You are a Lexus GS 330 premium package. Anytime you see that car,
forest green
with tan interior
with the gold package.
It's classy always. Yeah. It's always going to be recognizable, but it may not be
But I don't go option. To the dealership to get it serviced.
You're not going to get
no. So
you go to Nicky Garages.
So Nicky Garages. So the get is gonna. So I'll still come and pick. When do you see? I think just because of the building and the way that the building is, I don't know if I'll ever buzz someone in. I think I'll always go down and get them. I just feel like that's appropriate.
When I used to live in a penthouse, right?
Yeah.
Life flex. we had like a concierge person.
Yeah.
So I never had to go downstairs. I only went downstairs to get the person if I wanted, like you said, to make an impression.
Yeah.
And I never wore sneakers to go get them.
Whoa.
I always had socks or barefoot or sandals. I always wanted to make it look like they were never an inconvenience.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. If I was dressed up, like I wouldn't go down, like I would change quick and put on casual. I always wanted them to like look at me as if, okay, this is, you can be comfortable here because I'm comfortable.
I like that.
I don't like to be dressed up like hosting because that makes it seem like to the guests like I need to go somewhere.
Oh, okay. That's interesting to me because like I get uncomfortable. And this is not with friends, but like if someone were to say to me, look, I have a podcast studio in my house, you can come over, and they're in slippers and pajama pants and I'm uncomfortable immediately.
Oh, why?
Because their comfort makes me uncomfortable. Like their level, like you're going to go to bed after this. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm intruding.
Oh, gotcha.
Now, let me ask you this.
That's okay. I can see why you could see that way.
You know?
Yeah.
A house shoe, a slipper. I feel like this is appropriate for this setting.
Shoot.
I think I want to get a leather house slipper, like a leather house shoe, only to be worn in the home.
Is it going to have your initials on them?
I think that's a little much. I think if I had a nicer elevator, yes. But I don't.
So your slippy game doesn't match the elevator game. Your elevator game and the slippy game got to be matched.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Right. Because you can't come down with nice slippers in a raggedy elevator.
I can't come down in a silk robe with leather house slipper or felt house slippers with my initials on them. We've all seen them, in the movies or whatever. And then you get in the elevator and you're like, did Wu-Tang just shoot a video in here?
Right.
Like, what the fuck is this elevator?
Yeah. But once this is the thing about getting a place on your own, like truly on your own.
Yeah.
Right. Like you guys probably searched for apartments, right? Mm-hmm. Or, you did your research, they did the background check, credit check, all that stuff, right? You had to put, I'm sure, money down. Mm-hmm. That whole process of moving is it could be nerve-wracking for a lot of people, See, let me say this in fairness to myself. I've lived for so many years with so much minimal things where I've pretty much programmed my mind where at any point, if I need to go, everything is fitting into a fucking bag.
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I don't know if maybe it's a representation of my unwillingness to commit to things. If there's a parallel there.
Yeah, I think there is.
All right. Well, you didn't have to. I just didn't want that to be. I didn't want to visit that at the moment. I just was just saying.
You regretted it the moment you said it. You regretted it.
I did. Right. Because people are like, because I don't know if there's a parallel there. Like people, you're afraid to commit. You don't have like things. You don't. I'm just like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No. I think there's definitely an element of that, of like not wanting to commit to something.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't think I'll ever be comfortable renting. And here's
not for long.
And
like
I'm
long
going
term,
to be.
Right? Oh.
And I'm going to be renting. I'm not owning an apartment. I'm not buying real estate anytime soon.
Right.
And nor do I think anyone should. But that's a different conversation.
We'll start fucking putting some more buttons on this podcast. We get some money so you can buy that house. Stop pushing more buttons.
But I think there's always that element of like when you're cleaning your apartment and then you're just like, well, you don't feel it because you are a minimalist, but
yeah,
you're like, what the fuck? The fuck is this mat? The fuck do we need this mat for? Throw it out. I'll have these moments of clutter rage.
Oh, clutter rage.
I'll get clutter rage and I'll be like, take this fucking thing and get it the fuck out of here.
Yep.
And that's when I know, I go, okay, I need to start moving some things around and reducing the amount of shit that I have around me.
Well, this is the other thing too. Once you start reducing, throwing old things out, what tends to happen with me is that I start coming up with new things to replace the old things I'm throwing out.
Yeah. You go on Amazon a lot?
No.
It's my downfall, dude.
Because if I do, it's just a rabbit hole of, getting packages to your house all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm not, dude, I haven't spent this. You might be upset at me with this, but since you're in front of me, I got to admit it to you. I went to the store the other day, like a regular clothing store. I forgot where I was. Maybe Marshall's, probably Marshall's or something. Or maybe Macy's. I didn't know where to start in terms of to buy clothes. Like I haven't bought, like I've been in casual mode for so many years. T-shirt, jeans, sneakers, hoodies, sweats.
Yeah.
Like I forgot, like what's the new style now? Like what's the thing?
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't even know. Like my body's changed now, so
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, because you lost a ton of weight.
Lost weight. What style is in, what trend is in, what matches me.
Yeah.
I think I may need to get a what is it? These people who wardrobe people?
Stylist.
Stylist.
Yeah.
Are you a stylist? Can you help me?
I could probably help you. I could help you for sure. Because I think about clothes a lot. I was talking to my wife about this. She said to me today, actually, she goes, if you stop buying clothes today, if someone said to you that you cannot buy clothes for 2 years, but you're going to get a house and a car for free.
I'm getting a house and a car.
I go, fuck that. I couldn't do it.
Oh, you couldn't
I
do
love clothes so much.
Wow.
She's like, if you just stop buying clothes, I think she might have said for the rest of your life, if you just stop buying expensive clothes, if you you could only buy clothes off of Amazon, which I do, which I buy, like they have good sweatshirts and really good like t-shirts. But I was like, I don't know. I just love clothes. I just love jeans.
You like the
and
new
sneakers.
You like the new smell, the first
crispness of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
The packaging.
And people know, they look at you and they're like, oh my God, those are, well, I mean, this is what I think they're doing, but they're probably just like, he's going to,
You know what you should be? You should be, I'm going to get you a job as an ambassador for MCM brand.
I'm intrigued by MCM brand.
Because they're black.
Yep.
They're black on black.
Yep.
I feel like you need Hugo Boss. I feel like you're a Hugo Boss like type of
I'm
level.
more, I have gotten back to Ralph Lauren. I've gone back to Ralph.
Wow.
I like Lululemon. I don't care what anyone says, dude. Lululemon has some of the best stuff out there.
I've never. What do they have? It's like all I know is like it's
just
not like
this shit. If you want to dress like you work at Facebook, they have.
So the most expensivest shit.
Yeah.
Where you so basically they sell you expensive shit
with no
for you
labels
not to move
on it.
out of the chair so you watch this computer.
Yeah, with no fucking labels on it. No, if you're redoing your style, I don't think you get what you do. You never go trendy.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy any trendy pieces. I think you start with Levi's. You start with Levi's.
Oh no.
501.
What are we in fucking a 93 commercial?
Or whatever the slim jean is. I do like a 510. Like a nice.
You said 501 jean. Like I haven't heard that name.
I don't actually even know what a 501 jean is because I get the 510. I whatever the slim one is.
Dude, 501 jeans was like what like Billy Ray Cyrus wore in like 90.
Fuck yeah! Don't get 501 jeans then.
I remember those 501 jean commercials. Like they were back in the days.
You know what jeans I miss? I miss the Tommy Hilfiger jeans, and then the Gap jeans with the hammer loop.
Okay.
The loop where you can keep the hammer in.
You're not a guest dude? You wasn't a guest with a triangle?
Never.
The triangle in the ass? The back?
Nope.
No,
that was
all right.
My parents, I think, were like second or third generation immigrants. Like their parents came from, so they never got into because Guess to me was very European. Kids that wore Guess, I was like, you at least have one parent that's still like that's still speaking a different language at home.
Yeah, I never wore Guess as a kid. We didn't have that much money to afford it. I wore like you know, I don't know, Huskies.
Oh yeah.
I wore Huskies. I wore Skids.
Yeah.
I wore.
Did you rock a Bugle Boy?
I wore Bugle Boy.
Yep. Yeah, me too.
Bum Equipment. Yeah.
Everything. It's like I could have been a brand ambassador for Bum Equipment as a kid.
Equipment. Yeah. Oh, if you wore a Bum Equipment sweater right now, I'd be like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We should probably start bringing that back a little bit. Maybe we start reaching out for some old school apparel.
I think you could throw a couple pieces in there.
I like black.
A couple old school pieces. Yeah, I mean,
like
honestly, black's the way to go. I whenever I can.
Gray, blacks. I like,
neutral colors. If I do a color, it's a navy, dark navy blue, or a green like these. Yeah, I don't really fuck around with like writing on clothes.
Yeah, you like kind of simple,
plain,
clean, minimal, maybe a small logo. Yeah, you are the guy. You got a very sleek character to you.
Refined.
Sure.
Refined.
Okay.
Everything has to just be a certain way on the clothes.
Yes. Yeah. I can't wait to start creating some fun little merch and getting your input on it. I don't know. Clothes are just, at some point I was very into them a lot. And then I got into an age where, not an age, I guess, just because comedy, you can't be spending money like that. So I just got used to like these 10 years of just kind of like wearing the same type of thing because I'm always in comedy clubs and you want to be comfortable, but you also don't want to be too flashy.
You can't be because you're not funny.
If you're not funny and flashy, it's like
people are like, "Oh, this fucking guy."
I saw a guy on stage. I forgot his name. He did a set this is like Laugh Boston many years ago. Part of his act, he had sneakers, but there was sneakers that had the roller skates on the bottom.
Fuck.
And he would skate around. The fucking stage.
No. I'm not fucking, just no.
And also what I remember from him, he said that he just auditioned for the role of Tupac.
Was he white?
He was. He was. No, he wasn't. But I don't know. I just knew at that time that if a guy can skate around on stage and also say that he just auditioned for a role in playing Tupac, I can definitely be up there and tell jokes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know maybe I'm not there yet, but I know I could do okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You have those moments that you think should be depressing to you where you watch it and you're just like I'm at a club with the guy that has fucking roller skates. But then you're like, I'm at a club with a guy that's fucking performing in roller skates. What the fuck? I know I can do this.
He roller I wouldn't even call he didn't roller skate. Because it's a sneaker. It's not like I don't know.
No. It was like, those shoes are for those shoes.
Remember those kids back in the days? We used to like those sneaker skates.
Yeah. And you know what? Some of those kids I was kind of like friends with. And I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. That's fun. It's a way to spice up high school.
For a 10-year-old,
college,
11-year-old, 12-year-old.
I even think in high school and college, if you have it in an ironic way, it's funny.
I think you look like a douche.
Yeah, you do. That's why it's funny.
It is funny.
But not on a fucking stage. People are there to hear you talk.
Yeah. He was skating around. That was.
He got a Netflix deal.
He did. He's way more. He's doing really well actually now. So I think his name was called Clipper Man.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I guess we gotta come up with something, man. I mean, at this point, I'm just like, if you can be famous or not even famous, because I don't really give two shits about being famous, but not like it's weird. Just a lot of people now, they do care. They want to be famous.
Everyone wants to be famous.
Isn't that weird,
I'm all set.
bro? Like, I know but back in the days when, in order for you to be famous, you had to like really kind of earn it, right? You had to like go through the gauntlet of like,
You have to be chosen.
you have to be chosen to be famous, right? And
Yeah.
you can, now you got Wi-Fi, you can talk some shit. And if you know how to like weed words together and there it is, you know?
I heard someone say the other day, like I
just said weed words together.
Yeah, people know. If the fans of this show that are listening know,
They know
know
me.
what you meant.
They know me.
I heard some. Obviously it was four straight white men sitting in a podcast studio talking about everything's a brand.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Everything's a brand. Yeah.
I'm sure your girlfriend fucking loves spending time with you, Chad. Dickhead. But he's basically trying to say everything's a brand, which to some degree, unfortunately, that's what our society has become. And it is true. There's a brand for everyone.
Sure.
There's an audience. There's a group of people out there. There's so many people out there. That's the thing. Is like, even when you watch like,
do you know those people out there that specifically, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did. There's people out there that want to, like, they go out and venture to be brand ambassadors for like other brands.
yeah. How many people do you think there are in the United States? Population.
Population. I think it hovers probably around 380 million people.
Close, yeah, 334 million.
Okay.
334 million people.
Right.
And like people are, I don't know how do I want to say this? Like a 3 million, yeah, like people are getting famous off a 3 million view YouTube thing, and that's
the
like
thing.
1% of the population. It's really crazy. I think of things like that where I'm looking at like these like Joe Rogan clips, and it's like 3 million people watch this. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, he has like how many subscribers on his YouTube? I think like 11 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Which, if you think about it, right, in totality, oof, I love when I use that word.
Wow.
Wow. Surprise myself sometimes. If you think about it in as a whole, 334 million and 11 million, big, huge difference, right?
Yeah.
But from a media perspective, right? Fucking 11 people, like that's a lot of people to like
11 million, yeah.
11 million people, right? So, yeah, Patrice O'Neal said it, or was it Patrice O'Neal that said this? Or I heard it either from Greg Fitzsimmons or Patrice O'Neal. But Greg Fitzsimmons, he said like, as long you don't need that many people.
No.
You know, you just need.
I was Greg Fitzsimmons, and I know exactly what you're talking about, because when I heard that, I was like, oh,
makes sense a little bit.
Why don't I just try and be as funny as I possibly can and just do the thing that I like? And if you start making money at it, so basically,
Sure.
ADD brain. He basically was like, I'm cool with being friends with Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle, and I don't think he's friends with Dave Chappelle, but he's friends with really, really successful comedians, and they respect him. But when he goes to the grocery store, no one knows who he is. Mm-hmm. And he's respected in his community, and he sells out and does all this stuff. He's like, just be happy right at the top half of the middle.
And
He's like, if you're in the middle, it's fine. You can make a living. If you're at the top half of the middle, he's like, you're just about to pop, but you won't. He's like, because you know who you are and what you do. You're not going to go and do, like, Kevin Hart probably had to do a lot of shit that he didn't want to do to get his name out there.
Dude. What?
And dilute his brand. Kevin Hart was a funny stand-up comedian. His first, that Shaquille O'Neal thing that he was on.
Well, yeah, because, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
He was funny.
Yeah.
I thought he was funny.
Yeah.
And then his first special came out. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Then his second special came out, and I'm like,
the first 2 or 3 were good. The first 2 or 3.
Yeah, but then it started to go like down. It became more so like, because he had to appeal to a larger.
Yeah.
But I think like if you can just stay in the middle there, that's like so.
Well, listen, once this is what happens, man. It happens with actually comedians who are not really ready as well. And there's agencies and managers that push them to go into theaters, faster instead of doing clubs and working out that hour, because they have a lot of people following them. It all comes down to money, dude. At the end of the day,
yeah,
it all comes down to money because they do not know. They have a particular set of ideas where you only are able to capitalize on this particular thing that you built for so long, and they want to maximize that.
Yeah.
So, but they don't have a real calculation as to when it's going to be over.
Yeah.
So basically what they do is they just try to condense everything for you to do everything in hopes of getting the most money out of it. And then, because what happens usually is like you get hot, right? And then you cool off. Most people are not able to sustain it. Guys like The Rock, they can sustain. Kevin Hart, they sustained. Yeah. Like, you know, these guys, but if you look at how much work that they have to do.
Yeah. They have sustain, a Kobe Bryant, Jordan, like, honestly, I think it's like well, here we go. Ready. Sociopathic.
See, my word was better.
Sociopathic.
Yeah.
No. They have almost like this maniac, like they have to do it. Like Kevin Hart has to get up at 4 a.m, work out, and like they have this drive that Greg Fitzsimmons doesn't have. He has drive, but he doesn't have.
I don't know. I want to say that
he doesn't have Kevin Hart drive. And like most 334 million people in the world, probably 1 million have that drive. And you know, and like, or you know, or whatever. If it's more, it's even more impressive that he's able to get to where he is. But
yeah, how much? And I guess it comes down to the basic question of how much do you really want?
Yeah,
how much is what's too much? And that answer is different for each individual, right? Like, how much do you really want? How much do you really need from whatever it is that you're trying to get? It's like, for me at this point, this could change, right? But I'm saying for me right now, I share the same views as you do. Like, be as funny as you can, work as hard as you can, do what you can, and just be consistent. And hopefully people understand what we're doing and they like it and they keep tuning in. But I want it to be as non-pressure. I don't want it to be like a pressure on me, like to like, oh, I gotta put out like 10 podcasts this month. I gotta look at like how many. Like, I just want to just do stuff and let the content and let the thing speak for itself.
I think some of it has to be pressure. Like I was. All
right, maybe I'll change my plan then.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying. Because it's not fun. Like, it is fun to get together and do these, but like if you think of it in a way of like my first podcast,
you gotta have benchmarks and goals and shit.
Yeah, well, I had all of that stuff before actually having the goods of what I thought was funny, and it felt like a job.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it probably felt like a job being a guest.
Yeah, because you don't want right. Because this is what tends to happen sometimes. I think I said it last episode or one of the episodes. It's like, you know, what happens with like comics, especially comics who start out, what happens is they just get used to doing this thing. And that's all they get used to. And they don't get to do any other things. But they just consider it a job now because that's all they know how to do. And it doesn't, because you could be doing something for so long, right? You can have movement. You can be moving. Doesn't mean you're making progress.
Yeah.
And it depends on actually who you're bringing with you too along the ways too to elevate you as well. There's a lot of people I know, bro. They're moving. You see them. They do a lot of shit, right? They post up every day. They posting shit every day. I'm doing a show. They're moving. You're seeing them move. But are they really progressing in their art form? You know what I mean? Are they taking certain people with them that will help them get to the next level? How much are they paying things forward? There's a lot of way more components to making it than just getting on fucking stage and telling jokes. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people say, well, just be funny. It's not enough. I'm telling you, it's not enough. It ain't enough. You just being funny is not, it's not, I mean, if you want to be a self-identified like business and like have like the things that like Kevin Hart wants and like it does and like Rock does, trust me, him just being funny wasn't enough.
Let me ask you this:
team, managers.
He got that at a certain point, though. Like
he got it at a certain point, right?
Well, he created I think those are isolated situations. And I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to ask you
I don't know
this.
what the fuck I just said, honestly.
I wanna ask you
already
this.
forgot.
Brendan Schaub.
B. Schaub was popping. I don't know him.
Okay.
I just figured I'd just say that.
There's been a lot discussed about his whole thing with Tiger Belly, and I don't know the details because I truly don't care. I don't want to say that to sound cool. Like, I just don't care.
Yeah, it's not our.
I've listened to like maybe a handful of episodes over the course of my life from either of those.
What's the cliff notes on that, though?
The cliff notes is essentially this, and I don't know if this is even accurate. I guess Bobby Lee and Kalila are in, or maybe they were, or maybe it was said that they were in like an open relationship.
Okay.
In some way.
Just a preface for people who don't know who they are. Like,
They're comedians in LA.
Kalia's not a comedian. Bobby Lee's a comedian. Been around for many years. Comedy store guy. You know, kind of a legend in the comedy game, cinema comedy game.
Very, very funny.
Very funny. So he's part of the LA comedy community for sure. And I guess him and Brendan Schaub had a spat. Is that what you can take it from here pretty much?
Well, let me look up. Hold on. Oh shit. So basically, yeah. So like basically, I'm trying to look it up here.
It's all good.
So I think like what happened was, and there's two parts of this. There's what's happening, and then there's his comedy. So I guess like I'll just keep it short because I've already
do your thing. I want to learn. I want to hear this. Yeah.
So I think like basically what happened is like he was hitting up Kalila, like texting her because he thought that she was in an open relationship, and I don't know if they are. And then it's just basically they're basically going back and forth.
Sure.
And
This is
he
a
went
long
on.
time ago, I would assume.
This was like a month ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're gonna take a quick break, and I'm just gonna look up the details of this.
We'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
We don't even have to pause. We'll just.
We're just getting information as we're talking.
Yeah, I don't even.
So we're just going, and then it'd be great if you have like, we'll probably work on like having like that music like,
Yeah.
look like research and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the Jeopardy.
And we're back with actually, this is not fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear something. I didn't know. So okay, there's always a little. Yeah, there's always they never tell you the full details.
Bobby Lee, I'm gonna explain. Brendan is mad that one. He was called that funny too. He let the public know he cheats on his wife. Brendan then created a whole conspiracy to ruin it. Okay, we're back. I don't know. I don't know the facts, and honestly, looking this up is making my brain hurt, and it's like it's more frustrating than the Boston comedy scene. But essentially, something happened, and Bobby Lee and Brendan Schaub had beef. Brendan was mad that he was called unfunny, and he let the public know that, you know, he cheats on his wife. I guess someone said he cheats on his wife, and then Brendan created a whole conspiracy to ruin Bobby and Kalila, that maybe she said to him that they were in an open relationship. Something fucked up happened where it was literally just like, why aren't you focusing on your comedy? Why, or whatever the fuck it is.
Sure.
And so they had like a big thing, and Brendan was bullying Bobby. First of all, if you're a fucking adult man and you use the word bully, ugh. But it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And then he released his special. So I think part of it was tied to that. Like, I think it's very convenient when this whole beef happened. But his special was not funny. It just wasn't funny.
I mean,
and people are kind of just like
the first special, the special that he
just released, which I think is think is called Gringo Poppy.
Wow. Because he had another special too prior to that.
Yeah.
On Showtime.
Yeah. Now, when I say it's not funny, I have not seen the special.
Let me tell you this.
But I'm going to go out on a limb.
Let me tell you something, Nick, about comedy, right? When it comes to specials, if you don't hear anything about the special,
no one watched it.
no one watched it,
Yeah.
or B, no one liked it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so people were saying like, of course, Joey Diaz.
And I have 0 specials, by the way, just to let you know.
I have a special studio with a special elevator attached.
Great fan.
Yeah, I don't know if any
win
of this will
ratio.
get picked up on the mic, so we'll figure this out. This could be a windy app. We'll just figure it out. But yeah, no, I don't know. Joey Diaz was like, who the fuck? Yeah, was it funny? No, but it's Brendan. We love Brendan. And it's just like. Basically, what I'm trying to say is at what point is it kind of a business? I think Brendan Schaub's a perfect example of works hard, creates a lot, food blog. He's got this, he's got that. Just knows how to hustle and get content out there.
Sure.
But it's kind of the perfect example of this person is able to make money and survive and feed his children and all this other shit off of like not being particularly funny. But there is an audience for him out there. There are hundreds of thousands of people
for sure.
that pay to see him.
Yeah, they like him.
So if you feel depressed and you're listening to this, just know you can be not that funny and have a kind of an unoriginal perspective on things and still do well.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that there's sure. Yeah.
Very interesting to me.
It's interesting. It's interesting how people where people. What's interesting to me is that how certain groups of people will express how this particular process actually is, but it's different, or I guess it's different when it comes to their friends, though. That's the thing. You know what I mean? If it's someone that if you like and you're a friend, and if they're doing something that's not what you think is what they should do, you get a little bit more of a pass. Right? Like, this is the thing. I've never been a comedian that's commented on other people's on other people's like stuff that they're doing. Right? Like, I've never been that person to be like, oh, that person should suck. That person should suck. I have my own opinions, but I don't like.
Yeah, you learn very quickly.
I learned very quickly to let people just do their thing because that's what they want to do, and let time ultimately define what that person's gonna be, or the content of what's gonna be, right? Because, dude, I started in comedy, dude, and I've seen people before that I'd be like, this motherfucker. Personally, like, I won't mention no names. I'd be like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
And then a year later, they're on fucking Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But what I'm saying is like it's like you never know when a person's gonna turn that corner.
Yeah.
And they get on the groove, and now they're going.
That's
and they're gonna remember
and wisdom
that fucking I'm telling you, dude. They fucking people. Each person is different on how they go and react to it. Later on, once it become bigger, some people are like, fuck everybody else. I'm gonna go shit. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Then there's people that keep it in, but they keep it in their mind. Oh, that motherfucker wasn't nice to me when I was coming up. Oh, he's coming in for an audition. I'm the production guy now. I own the production company. Don't give him a gig.
Wild.
It's wild, dude. I always be like, oh, fine. Okay, cool. All right. But Brendan Schwab shouldn't be any less. He should get all the smoke if it's not good. Regardless of who his friends are, regardless if it's Rogan, regardless if it's Brian Callen, those guys, I'm not in their circle. So I don't have the same relationship with those guys that they do. I don't know them.
Yeah.
So they're going to support each other. And just ironically enough, they're supporting a friend of theirs while being the biggest fucking podcasters in the world.
Yeah.
We don't have that luxury, right?
No.
We don't have a Joe Rogan to be like, hey, keep going. Go check out Nick's special. It's great. We don't have that. So Brendan Schwab should be very, very lucky. And he's acknowledged it. And I don't fucking know the guy. He seems like a nice guy. He works hard. I know friends that know him personally. I've never heard anything bad things saying about him.
Yeah, no. I mean, I just think it's interesting
because he rushed specials. He definitely, in my opinion, rushed the process, because how the fuck can you make stand-up comedy takes time. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Go listen to the episode that they did of Tiger Belly if you actually want to know what they were talking about, because I did not do a great job of summarizing that. But go or just fucking don't and be like me and read it incorrectly and try to interpret it.
We definitely started off like we were going somewhere, and then it just went somewhere else.
It did,
and then we're back now to me looking at your nice crossed legs. Yeah. So
uncomfortable in shorts. I'm never comfortable.
Maybe I'm a little nervous in your studio. This might be it.
It's not done. Yeah. That's for sure.
It's fine for me.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna get well. For those of you listening, we switched. I used to go to Chase's apartment to do the podcast, and I told him we can do it at my place now. Just easier.
Yes, which I'm very, very much looking forward to.
Yeah.
Number one, because your place is better than mine. Mm-hmm. That's number one. Number two, you have orange seltzer always on deck.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Orange, coconut,
grape.
We're getting grape.
Wow.
Yeah, we're getting grape.
Just because for me?
I like grape too. You know my tendencies.
That's the black side.
Yes. Yeah.
I get it.
I have some tendencies.
Great, cool temperatured room. I like it. I really like it. I would make this room my room. This room would be a great room.
That's what this is. This is so.
I'm not saying you have to answer.
No. So
I can see Nick like
I was looking at the clock. No.
Oh,
so
yeah, my bad.
if you like this
setup,
this talk, tune into next episode where we finish the move-in talk.
Yeah. No, but as far as it's kind of like sum this up a little bit, we're going to be having a lot to talk about, especially within the next couple of weeks, because the Celtics are in the finals. We definitely going to be talking about that. Yeah. And we have the Celtics. That's the only thing really that's on my mind. Comedy's not really on my mind right now. Dude, when basketball is in it, dude, I'm in it. I'm with you. We're going to wrap me yesterday.
Yeah. We're going to wrap this one up. Let's wrap this one up and we'll jump onto.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have that thing.
Yep. Let's wrap this up because I see Nick looking at the fucking clock.
Yeah.
He's getting nervous.
I'm sorry.
And he's trying to, he just wants to.
Got to pay for the studio.
We got to pay for the studio time, guys. I don't know if this episode's even going to come out, but if it does come out, just listen to the next episode and then we'll figure it out.
Tune in next week.
Guys, no, honestly, thank you very much for listening. It was a light episode this time. Please tune in to Cut to Chase Podcast. Follow me on Instagram at Chase Abel, ChaseAbel. You can find me everywhere there. Nick, what's your plugs?
At Pain in My Assad, and tune in to Cut to the Chase Podcast. Go on our YouTube. Be a subscriber. We only have 4 subscribers. We'll do something special for I think we'll say like our 20th subscriber. If we can get 20 people,
okay,
we'll do something special for them. But we're not there yet, people. So if you hear this, you don't even have to listen to it but just go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and we'll do special. We're going to start to engage more with our fans, and just go follow us.
Yes, please. Cut to Chase Podcast. We're out.